Country, Jack, everyone, bring it up! Woo! It's a little bit warm. I'm gonna cheat. All right, how are we all? Yeah, nice. Firstly, I just want to introduce myself. Today I get the opportunity to welcome us on the country. My name is Jack. My mum gave me the name Jack. She actually really gave me the name Vincent, but never called me that. My Aboriginal name is Ganya Pundundawit Pinakudnawitcha. It's a bit of a tongue twister, so Jack is much easier for you to remember. But today I get the opportunity, like I said, to welcome, pay respects to our spiritual ancestors and let them know that people that gather in this event here today come as friends to look after country, to be a part of country and not to disturb it. So in saying that, I want to introduce myself, let you know where I stand and why I do this here today as well. Ngana binjini chikaganya pundo pina kuno which bakani ngai tangi wilta gana naranga wirango mil ngai yalara pa Italian Scottish mil kuma. I acknowledge my mum and my dad's side. My mum is from three different groups: the Kaurna of the Adelaide Plains here, Naranga from the Yorke Peninsula, and Warringal from Streaky Bay in the Ceduna area. And my dad is Italian and Scottish, but I do acknowledge my dad when I do this. But this is my mother's country, and it's my grandmother's country as well. But I acknowledge our spiritual ancestors. It's part of our culture is about acknowledging that spiritual world. And one thing about our culture is it's a lot like Pokemon Go. There's a world hidden within a world, and that's our spiritual world. From the skies and the heavens to the spirits that live within our lands. With the right skills and techniques, you can access this world. So I acknowledge those spiritual ancestors on this part of the country, and Adelaide's original name, known as Tarndaganya. Also, let them know and acknowledge those ancestors because I come as a guest to this part of the country, but a representative of the Kaurna peoples. Ngadlu Tampandi, Ngadlu Kaurna Yartanga Tikandi, Yati Ngadlu Tarndaganya Takandi. Marwacha Ngadlu Kubuk Yana Borkana Kumaganamini, Yalara, Ngadlu Wangandi Mani Nabudni, Ngadlu Yartana, Ngadlu Yung and Dalia Yakan and Dalia. I do let our ancestors know that we all come for friends, like I said, but lots of different ways that we can welcome people onto country. Today I get to play a little bit of the didgeridoo later, but I firstly want to call upon our ancestors to come and join us at this event and help guide people spiritually as well. So a very special welcome to the Indigenous peoples that have a lot of same beliefs. We're welcoming our guests in our country. A very special welcome to you. And so to non-Aboriginal people that live and breathe and call this place home, a special welcome to you as well. The song that I sing is calling the ancestors to look after us, look after our country, and it's a way that we start a lot of our events as well, but and a lot of our ceremonies. So it's just asking there for their blessing, really. Welcome to country, everybody. Now, I just got a little bit shorter. I was standing on my didge because this floor is so hot up here. It's not funny, but now I'm going to have to tough it out while I play a bit of the didgeridoo. First thing I want to do when I play the didgeridoo is acknowledge the Yolngu people who are from the northeast Arnhem Land area, top end of Australia. I do acknowledge my father and my brother and the other Yolngu people of that part of the country for allowing me to play this instrument. But I like to educate people about it as well. It's first thing that you need to know about the didgeridoo is it is a man's only instrument. And the reason for that is that the pressure can actually crush the reproductive system and you won't be able to have children. But then, two, there's out of respect of Yolngu people, which is their beliefs, for women not to play it as well. But it does cause a lot of pressure on the stomach, like I said, but it's a bit of a tricky one to be able to play and get your head around. And I like it for two reasons. One, it's the only instrument I know how to play, and two, it's the best way to explain that men can multitask when we want to. Now, to be able to play the didgeridoo, we've got to do multiple things at once. Yeah, just to get the basic sound. I'm going to tell you how to play the didge, so then you can understand how tricky it actually is. But and then you can like try and play it in your head or whatever. But guys, give it a go on your vacuum cleaners or whatever you want to do. Women just get the guys to try and impress, and if they're not as good as me, just laugh at them and say that that Jack guy was better. But if you do get the opportunity to hear it and understand that it's and the tricks of the trade when playing it, you understand how difficult and how good players can actually be. I've been playing for a number of years, but I like to educate along the way. It's the oldest instrument in the world. It's been around as long as the trees. And, you know, at one point in time, somebody walked up to a hollow log and was like, if I blow on this, it's going to make a sound. Now, to get the basic sound through the didgeridoo, you've got to have raspberry lips, so soft lips, and go... But that's kind of boring, but it sounds better when it goes through the didgeridoo because it bounces all the way through and comes out the other end. So you get, if you do the soft lips, you get this sound. But it's just one tune. If you don't, you can stuff up on the first bit. If you don't have soft lips and you have hard lips, you get this. Bit of a foghorn noise, yes? A nice soft lips just gets you going. So while you're doing with your lips, you're going to move your cheeks in and out at the same time to change the sound, yeah? And that's just doing it at once. You can do twos, threes, whatever you want to do. So that's doing two things at once. Move your lips, go, and your cheeks go boom, 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 boom. And while you're doing that, you can do three things. Make your tongue go up and down, so your lips go, your cheeks go boom, 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 and your tongue goes all at the same time. So three things at once. But then you want to add the vocals, yeah? But because your lips are busy, cheeks are busy, tongue's busy, you're going to have to talk with your throat. So your lips go, and your cheeks go boom, 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 and your tongue goes brrr, like this, and then you got to talk like this. So that's how you get the sounds of the dingoes and the kookaburras. They come from your throat. Then you got to learn how to breathe on top of that. So yeah, while you're doing all of that, you're thinking about all that stuff. Yeah, just the first one, just go and blow, and then you got to go move your cheeks in and out, your tongue goes like this, and then you got to talk like this. Then you got to learn how to breathe. So it's like driving a manual car when you very first learn. You start overthinking all the gears, and then you start to forget about it. And what happens is, well, the trick is to learn how to breathe. Is you got to fill up your cheeks, and as you force that air out nice and slowly, you're going to breathe in through your nose. And because my lungs are full, now I just fill the cheeks up again and do it again. And you just keep on going over and over. So it eventually gets really easy and really simple, but then you start to have a little bit of fun with it, yeah? So I'm going to do a little bit of sounds, yeah? I'm going to do some of the sounds that come from the traditional sounds of the animals, etc. And then I'm going to bring it to the 21st century a little bit as well, because we do live in 2020, and it's a new day and age, yeah? But bring the oldest culture in the world to the new society that we live in as well. Now, one thing I'm going to do, yeah? I'm gonna mix it up. One of my nephews said to me, Uncle Jack, do you know how to beatbox? I said, I don't know how to beatbox. He goes, if you beatbox through a didgeridoo, how cool would that be? I was like, I don't know how to beatbox anyway, so I can't do it. But he goes, if you do buns and beaches, it's like a bass rhythm to beatboxing. Those are the music guys over here. They'll be like, oh my God, buns and beaches is so like 1980s, you know, it reminds me of like Glenelg Beach or something. But, you know, like when we start to do that and what you're doing from buns and beaches, you're going from soft lips to hard lips. So I like to mix it up a little bit, and I had a little bit of fun with it as well. And right at the end of this, all right, for the camera guy over there, I'm going to say Adelaide Uni through the didgeridoo, all right, because I've never said it before, but I'm going to attempt to say it. Like you said, you can do kookaburras, you can do dingoes, you can even talk through it. Yeah, you got to do it from your throat like this, yeah? So then when you say Adelaide Uni, you're going to have to, look, don't laugh at me if I don't get it, but I am going to attempt it. But if it works, then they can use it for the marketing for the next ads, because I'll do like those ads at Adelaide Uni, you know, shining light, Adelaide Uni, shining light, something like that. And they'll be like, bam, you know, like up in your face, Adelaide Uni through the ditch. But, so right at the end, I'll try Adelaide Uni. Adelaide Uni. Yes, thank you very much. How good was that? Adelaide Uni right at the end. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm going to get off this stage because my feet are burning. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the time that you're here, part of Adelaide Uni, and look, we'll probably see you around again. Australia, thank you.
Please give it up one more time for Jack. Marvellous welcome to country. And now is an absolute privilege to welcome up here to our next speaker, Professor Mike Brooks, Adelaide Uni's Provost. Make some noise!
Thank you so much, Laurie. And thank you, Jack. Jack is always incredible. Yes, as Laurie said, I'm the university's provost, and I'm representing the Vice-Chancellor here today, who has unavoidably been called into state, I'm afraid. I think he's meeting a federal minister as we speak. He's sorry to miss this occasion because today is his favourite day of the year, he told me, and I can understand exactly what he means. So welcome to the University of Adelaide on this incredible, beautiful South Australian day. But while we're here celebrating your first day at the university, I must acknowledge that we have students who should be here but are not yet able to join us because they've been unable to travel to Australia. So we should have them in our thoughts today. We look forward to making our late arrivals very welcome when they can travel to Adelaide. It's just fantastic to have you here with us today, and you've come to the right place. The University of Adelaide has a remarkable history. Our university is associated with 5 Nobel Prize winners and Nobel winners who've made a truly great impact, like Howard Florey, who developed penicillin and in doing so has saved hundreds of millions of lives. And the Bragg's father and son team, the only father and son to win Nobel Prizes each, whose research underpinned our modern pharmaceutical industry. We also have a Nobel Prize winner on the staff, and that is John Coetzee, the Nobel Prize winner for literature. And right from our earliest days, we've delivered great and distinguished alumni, polar explorers, health pioneers, prime ministers and presidents. We're also a university of inclusion. That's something we take great pride in. As far back as 1881, we became the first university in Australia and one of the earliest in the world to admit women to all of our degree programs. We have Australia's first and third Indigenous Rhodes Scholars, both female, and just last week we won important national recognition for our work to improve gender equity in STEM disciplines. So the University of Adelaide will soon celebrate its 150th anniversary. We're the 3rd oldest university in Australia and only one of 4 started before Federation. That's almost 150 years of history to be proud of, great people and great achievements. And the next 150 years will be even better. We have a great future, and you'll be part of something very special. Last year, we launched our new strategic plan called Future Making, and it will guide us over the next 7 to 10 years. We've called it Future Making because we believe universities are one of the most important drivers for the advancement of our society. We'll be a truly global university with an outstanding reputation reflected in various world rankings. We've deliberately aligned our education and research with government and industry priorities. We're investing in great new people, in innovation, in our next generation, and of course that's you. There will be new opportunities for students to be learning alongside global companies and exciting startups. We want you to be able to shape what you study to your own interests and your life aspirations. We will embrace diversity. We're also committed to enriching the campus experience. You can already see plenty of evidence of that all around. And last year we hosted RCC at North Terrace and received 220,000 visitors who might otherwise have never stepped upon our campus. We've welcomed RCC here again this year, along with numerous Adelaide Fringe events. And it's going to be bigger and better than last year. We're developing new infrastructure to make this an even more vibrant campus and to welcome not just you, the students, but our whole community onto the campus. We won't stop with the festivals. We're going to be having a year-round program of events. I encourage you to make the most of all these opportunities as part of these exciting times. So you're joining something that is much bigger than this campus. You're now part of the University of Adelaide with more than 146,000 graduates from more than 130 countries around the world. No doubt some of you will be feeling a bit daunted, and that's completely normal. But be assured, we're invested in your success and will provide support. That said, you'll also need to invest in your own success. And the intensive Year 12 for many of you was just a few months ago. But from here on, you will need to manage your time and commitment